It's been a while since I've had map introductions, but there you go. There you have it. And getting right into the action here, this is Rifkin. I'm casting today for the Acer Teamstory Cup. You're, of course, watching this on Base Trade TV. And spawning here in the upper right corner of the map, the shared account, I guess, of Invictus Gaming, China IG, also known as the Terran XY. Oh, where's my swivel? There we go. The Rifkin swivel. And it's in the lower left, playing for Team Liquid. It is, of course, the Red Terran player, Taeja. And someone in chat kind of made a joke. Oh, what's this? Always health bars on. Flamga, you and your silly account. Damaged. Big shout out to Flamga, by the way, guys. My Australian brother from another mother. We were having issues. We almost couldn't cast today, but he came through, saved the day by allowing me to borrow his account for this, so we do have the English stream. But I was going to say, Taeja is a man who has seen his fair share of TVTs. If you guys saw DreamHack, you would know that precisely. I don't think XY is going to be that big of a threat to him. Now, that being said, this is a best of 1 within a best of 9 between these two teams. So it is incredibly possible that XY could take a game off of Taeja here in the first map of the day for the Acer Teamstory Cup, Invictus Gaming versus Team Liquid. Now, is it likely? Perhaps not the case, but you can never count players out. That's the beautiful thing about StarCraft. A lot of people get so set in the mindset that's like, oh, it's the meta, it's Terran versus Terran, it's gonna go one way and the superior player will always prevail. And well, 99% of the time that's true. There's always those upset games. Do you guys remember the last Teamstory Cup we cast? Liquid versus Complexity? Nobody saw an all-kill coming out of Ret. And that just reaffirmed my faith in the fact that anything can happen in this wonderful, lovely game. But for now, both players go in some pretty similar openings. No Reapers coming out. A little bit, okay, so if you've seen me cast on Base Trade TV before, you've had me go, wait, what? Reapers, they're kind of falling out of the meta, etc. But on Star Station, I feel they're still pretty viable to at least invest in one. But this is the causality. If you don't invest in that Reaper, it's because you want to get the factory up soon, which means you either A, want Hellions out in the field ASAP, or you can try and get those very typical, very common Banshees out. We'll have to wait and see when the second gas comes down. So it looks like Taeja is going to be leading more towards the Banshee. XY a little bit later on the second gas, we'll see what he's doing. But the big thing is, like, on a map like Star Station, look how many different ways you can get into the flippin' base. A Reaper for scouting at the very least is always nice to have, and XY is expecting something, so Marines are positioned accordingly. But here comes that starport out of Taeja. Most likely see the tech lab here in just a moment. There we go, so definitely going to be opening with Banshees. Luckily for XY, without that second gas, he doesn't have to rush Banshees. He can actually just get a Viking out and be relatively okay. Worst case scenario, he's got Marines on the field, has to burn a scan. Not the end of the world. Pretty typical opener for both players. Gotta be honest, we'll have to see who can play this out a little bit better. The worst thing in the world, of course, if you guys ever see Banshee versus Banshee, those games can be about as abrupt as Mutalisk versus Mutalisk, because the player with the Banshee that gets to their opponent's face first pretty much takes precedence when it comes to kills, as the other player's forced to micro at home and all this lovely good stuff. But in the meantime, yeah, Taeja spread out nicely. This Hellion will not be able to even get in here to scout. Turns away immediately, and both players go with Banshees, but curiously enough, Taeja the only one with gas. Of course, XY very limited due to not having that second refinery on the field. But looks like he's going to go for a bit of a push here. This is kind of cute, actually. So what's going to be able to happen here is the Banshee can either go around and circumvent the army and have the army of XY be a bit of a distraction, allowing the Banshee to do a lot of damage, or alternatively, with high ground vision and the amount of units on the field, XY can actually kill Taeja's Marines relatively easy. Taeja doesn't have a lot to shut this down. But, oh, he's got to be careful this Widow Mine. This one Widow Mine from Taeja could be quite deadly. And I am seeing a lot of spam bots in chat. If anyone wants to volunteer to be a mod for today, maybe we get some timeouts going on, but I'll worry about that later. Looks like the Banshee in the middle of the map, though, did take a little bit of pepper from one of the Marines. Has that kill on it. Scans for the Widow Mine. Oh, XY, you knew exactly what was coming in. Oh, that was the worst possible hits. This is actually not going to go well for XY at all. All of his Marines so incredibly vulnerable. And, of course, those Hellions. Oh, God, those Hellions. Back at home, trying to get that Viking out as quickly as possible. Is going to lose some SCVs here for sure, which is going to prompt XY to go a little bit harder with this attack. But of course, Banshee at home for Taeja will start fending this off. Well, micro, of course, Banshee does outclass Marines, and XY just in so much disarray is really the only way I can describe what's going on right now. A little bit rough. Can't. Oh, he doesn't have energy to scan. This could be it, guys. This could be a very abrupt GG. We'll see. He's going to try and get some damage in there himself, but without Cloak, he's so limited on what he can do versus Marines. Oh my god, loses the Banshee, and with that, a good game is thrown down. Taeja will take game 1 in this best of 9 between Team Liquid and Invictus Gaming. Just figure out which score is which here. There we go.